Hello, this is Todd Crawford, and welcome to the cast commentary for the Dangerous Type Redux. I'm sitting here with stars Gina Valino, Steve Valino, and Patrick Crawford. Woo! Woo! I said no wooing, guys. I said no wooing. That's a very distinct, from right off the bat.
Whoa.
And no laughing either. Gina, come on, everybody be serious. This is a serious...
better about you. Like,
Yeah.
use the version where you talk about your name.
Yeah, Dangerous Type. Thank you for the cars, for all the music, for not suing me for using your music without permission. Chris Canning. There's a...
Mike, maybe?
They call these the three amigos of the movie, sort of.
Mr. Dante.
Carl Dante,
Give him a
original.
call.
All of us
All of
Stoney,
us.
camera.
It was alright.
Yeah.
Look at all
Good
those
with
hats.
Todd.
All those hats I'm wearing.
Look at that.
Don't be jealous.
It's like I have a dash for you over here.
This is the new intro.
Alright, well, I think we
That was
fun
a
enough.
very appropriate jug unplug there.
There you go. That's
That
a good
just
sound.
set the
effect.
tone
Got that
right
in
there. Gina just set the tone. Look at that little, oh, right into the modern time.
Tiny Pizza Hut.
That's out.
That's me, and that's Chris Canning is Luke. He very good gets into this. He's not from the South at all. He's from the Valley.
By get into it, you mean he's had 6 beers.
He is walk. He did. We did walk out with. He's got an open
Look at
container
that
right there.
strut.
Yeah, you saw a Suzuki Samurai in the background.
A little heartfelt music right there. You know what I mean? It's like that's what I'm
Two
saying.
good friends. Huh?
Right, yeah. That's the sexy music right there. That's Gina's truck in the background there. Dedicated to the production company. At how much did you charge me a day for this? $1,000 a day to use your truck?
I think it was, about 1,000, 1,100.
That was modest. Thank you.
Damn.
Yeah, I tried to be nice.
Cock block right there. I appreciate that.
So am I supposed to believe that nothing was wrong with the car? She's just trying to entice a man to...
I'm going to leave that
Okay.
open to interpretation.
I mean,
I guess that's a good
You know,
point.
I'm just
Ask her.
helpless,
Ask her.
helpless lady looking for help.
looking for a patsy,
Right.
right?
I would have to say, yeah, that's the
I-
point.
yeah,
You were
exactly.
looking for a
It's
patsy.
like your car, there's nothing wrong with
I
her
left it
car.
open to interpretation.
Oh.
So, ask. That's
And what did you do with that car after you stole the truck at the end?
Good point.
Yeah, well,
I actually-
Spoiler. I should have said
actually-
spoiler.
That's for the sequel.
Here's the thing, it might
No,
not even be her car.
I actually, see, I was
right.
saying, I actually stole that car.
Exactly, that makes
Oh,
There you
so
go.
that's
No
no
trail.
That makes
Leave
sense.
no
Yes.
trail.
sense. Yes.
very, very method.
Yes.
I didn't realize you guys went this method. I was just kind of
realized
We're very meta on this script.
she's setting up
Okay.
the trap for the patsy
Right?
guy, right?
The Rube.
The Rube, this guy.
yeah.
Oh, but wait a minute. She didn't realize he was kind of a...
Right. Yes, and the irony is
Pervert.
that Gina knows more about cars in real life
Well,
than
she knows that
Yeah,
a dude's going to
The
want
thing
to
is,
do
yeah,
what dudes do.
exactly.
Exactly, yeah, that's how she got him.
Yeah. Well, that's
He just
Why
did
else
that.
would
Why
she
do you-
wear
I knew how to
a
play this
midriff
guy.
showing
Yeah.
shirt
You
like
actually went
that?
like this.
playa Himalaya.
Oh, darn it. Oh,
But see, she's acting and acting.
As
yes.
The
Very
overacting, yes, the
nice.
overacting
Yes.
is playing by the character.
Overacting, yeah.
Gina
That's
is very adept
playing
at playing the levels of the character who is in
Yes.
herself.
It's like
Yes.
DiCaprio
Overacting.
into Once Upon a Time in
So
Hollywood.
deep. I remember
Playing
her
the-
explaining that to me offset.
She's playing multiple roles.
That's why
in
it
one
took so
role.
long for us to shoot this. When you refused to come out of your trailer until you were ready to shoot.
She
Yeah, I really had to
multiple
get
levels
myself
look at.
there.
That was a nice looking car.
That's my Scirocco, by the way.
That's when back when people used to
Now watch
rock
this
stars.
though. Now when I bring her into the
That's
van,
been
I rub the hands, but when it says the dangerous type, watch when the rear lights come on, bing, then you don't know who the dangerous type was.
Now, why do you rub your hands?
Because I was
Ready for action.
ooh.
Nice.
Who's the dangerous type
Oh.
now? Is it me?
Oh, it's you.
Symbology
It's
of
obviously
this
you.
man.
Pervy van? Or is it the girl, the femme fatale with the
I
I'm
swoop?
think
just
it's
this
you.
innocent victim.
Creepy
Really
van
picked up
guy.
more from those Mr. Lin classes than I would have given you credit for.
I'm not going to give him any
Shout out
credit.
to Ray Lynn.
Ray Lynn.
Creepy
Look at that.
van guy.
It's not so creepy of a van.
Now, what she said, you're going to pick up some friends.
Oh, that was stunt smoke.
Yeah.
So, she wasn't really smoking. People.
No, I never smoked.
You never see her actually smoking.
It's a stunt cigarette.
That's smoke,
It was a
right.
stunt cigarette.
Now what is this? It's not a monastery,
I can't
as she
read it.
claims.
I can't read it. Oh,
What?
I can kind of read it. West Bank.
Steve Lino and Mike Naiman coming on the screen here. Trying to fit through that.
We would have done it. We wanted to get away.
Yeah.
You know, boss hog behind us.
They just refused to do the stunt to squeeze through the hole in the fence. They're like, oh, we don't want to do it. I'm like, come on,
You got a whole
guys.
scene set up
Yeah,
at that time?
Steve's like, oh,
I don't
he talks
go
Mike
through fence
Naiman out of it.
Oh.
Mayman was like, I'm totally into it, and Steve talks him out of it, and it was like,
I'm like Wesley Snipes. If I'm not on camera, you can get the stand in.
Oh.
alright, and Gina refused to do this shot, so we had to hire somebody else to.
Gotta put a wig on a guy.
I don't know why you guys wanted to waste my time at the back of my head.
I agree.
It's a random Tuesday.
We were under prep, the schedule was tight.
What time of year do you think this was? The springtime?
It's spring or summer, because,
It was hot.
yeah, nobody's wearing coats or
Yeah,
anything,
it was pretty
so
warm.
it had to be
Fire
around that
spring.
time.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Here they
dun.
come.
That's another one of my
wow.
top 5
It's
favorite
like,
lines. Who the hell is this guy?
Right.
Something.
That was a
Steve,
one take. That was a one take.
something apparently Steve Lino questions says to people every day still to this
Very
day.
natural. It's just very natural.
I don't really
So
have
natural.
to know who
If
I'm
you-
dealing with.
Oh,
So
who's the
natural.
victim?
Look at that gun, pistol, packing.
Is that a real gun or a fake gun?
I'm thinking that's,
That's a
probably
real
real,
gun.
but let's
Huh?
hope it wasn't loaded.
Huh? So many violations on this movie.
That's true.
Oh,
Well,
I mean, it was fake.
A lot of violations.
it was the day. It was back in the day. So
Back in the day.
I like how I looked back and forth before I littered.
I call that the
was
Scooby.
very-
That's called the Scooby Doo.
He's an ex-con.
I am.
Right.
I,
Make sure that
I,
you know,
I
right?
asked for that. I said,
very,
could you?
very shady.
I said,
character.
Lino, can you do me the Scooby Doo in the scene? He knew exactly what I meant.
Yep.
You said the Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Left.
You want to
then
see
right,
he's looking left and
and
right.
then do your deed.
Come on.
Because if you look left and right, then you're good. I mean,
Yeah.
where other directions do you need to look?
Okay.
Up or down, maybe.
There's never that.
I guess here's the plot now.
So I think we muffled the audio on purpose here to make the audience really curious as to what
Dig.
was being
Yeah.
said, right?
Well, also,
Make
you
us
don't want the
lean in.
people inside those open windows to hear what you're saying.
Right?
But in fact, I do though too.
But-
That's where the dig.
Yeah,
that's
no,
where the
he's-
little twist.
That's what you
telling
want the
his whole
viewer to
plan
think, but the person
Right
in the
next to
movie.
the open window. Like, why would...
I love how slow I go here when I unzip this thing. Like, can you catch me any?
Did she hear
What?
the
No, watch.
zip?
She's
Suspense.
pointing the gun though. Watch.
Open it up. It's right
That is good.
here.
That
Still
is good.
pointing the gun at the
I
lower
think I've
right.
seen you still do that
I've
at
never
dinner.
seen anybody
You do
do
that at dinner time. Sometimes you're making dinner. There's a
That's
guy
every
coming
Brushing my
down
hair
the
volume. Yeah.
Come on,
staring
come on.
and-
Pure ambidextrous right there. Just.
Right. She's ready to shoot.
I think that's pretty much says America in one shot. Pretty much the epitome of America right
Combing
there.
hair, big hair, big guns.
We could just see some cigarette smoke
Big hair,
coming
big
from your
guns.
face at that
Oh,
point.
this is the 90s stuff.
Bad at it. Sorry. The plot point here, she's saying, I'm going to give your van back to you because your address is on your registration. And dummy me says, okay. Promise.
Very trusting guy.
Very trusting.
Very honest.
Maybe not the
I
dangerous,
promise.
maybe not the dangerous type, but the gullible
Trusting
type.
Was that Big Red you were chewing, Gina?
Yeah,
That
who
was
the
Big
guy?
Red, yes.
No.
Oh, he's out.
New music, and look, if you guys didn't notice now, my flannel was tied around
Yeah,
my
he
chest.
took it
Now
off
look,
somehow, like-
now it's back on again.
Continuity.
Continuity.
That's a goof.
Yeah.
Can't you know?
Yeah, that happens.
I'm going to take the hit for that one as a director.
Now, where was this filmed?
This is still in the swamplands of the Calabasas Tennis and Swim Club, where every time I'm not on screen,
Yeah,
Patrick
I'm
is filming.
this. Okay.
And he does a
Oh.
damn good
Nice.
job.
It stumbled
Most
my
of the-
leg.
most of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. I won't talk about the fuck ups.
Oh.
Look at this.
Tennis.
Quite a leap.
Watch my hey.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, Mike's going.
This was big long take
Zoom back. Huh?
on location.
Yeah.
On location. Look at that. You know.
Wow, look at the timing in that chase.
Look at that
That's-
chase.
that's-
I said you guys better run your ass. There was no fucking half-ass. I like this. My favorite line. One of my favorite lines
Very
right here.
aggressive directing.
I'm not gonna go inside that shithole. He sells that one. He sells this line too. He sells this next one right here.
Yes, he
Good
did.
Fucking
direction.
sells it, baby.
I don't think he
Fucking
did
sells
two
it.
tape. Here we go.
Shout out to the wash.
Yes.
Now this is around Roscoe and the
Roscoe Pico train.
Okay.
Sorry for that one.
Where are you here?
This is
Cut that one out.
this is
Cut that one out.
cutting nothing out.
Why did you do the fade When you've
I
only been
could-
walking
The passage
4 or
of
5
time.
steps.
Yeah, it makes it. I made it look like I was walking a long time, even though I was only walking 10 feet.
Yeah. You did it to look cool.
Damn right.
It was hard to cross dissolve back in the
Well,
80s.
Yeah, this isn't trespassing by any means
Sorry, I
whatsoever.
walked
This
through
is,
that
yeah.
water.
This is completely not illegal at all.
I would say having run around in those rivers, maintaining a balance is a pretty good feat within itself, because that was some slimy bottoms to
One,
those
the
things.
stuntman that I hired to do that stunt said, "No fucking way, mate. I ain't gonna do it." So I did it
You
myself.
did one fucking take, mate.
So I said, "All right, fucker, I'm gonna do it myself."
Theme music.
Gina's truck too. Look at that.
Toyota.
Now this is what he says.
88.
88. Shout out. He says, "I don't know why we gotta go and see him for."
Shit. I did hear a shit.
Oh, the way he hits his shits and his boy.
Yeah,
This is a little Carl Dante music dressed on here.
This is Chris Koenig's house. I think,
Patrick
I think this is his actual bedroom. Well,
I don't think it was.
yes, it was. Clint Eastwood poster. Foreshadowing.
I wrote that line.
We did. I remember we talked about that.
Argued about it is more like it.
We did.
It's not the cameraman in the mirror, is it?
And I think
Look at how he's with the poster, though. Huh?
Yes,
He is
Wear
Clint
that.
Eastwood.
he is.
I planned
Bingo.
that.
He is that.
Come on.
I love this little shot here.
Floppy disk glove.
Kooky music. Kooky music.
That's a Commodore 64. Widely used in 1989.
Probably DOS based.
Probably. Sure.
Patrick complaining about my method acting where I refused to take a shower for the entire production.
It did smell bad. I
Didn't
used it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why I did it. Look at that typing.
Maintained his professional hacker hands.
Yeah,
It's all real, people.
He went to hacking school for that, didn't he,
Yeah.
to get those
Took
hands?
2 weeks. 2 weeks to do this.
Method actor.
2 weeks.
Look at that typing. He insisted those were real strokes.
Whoa,
That's-
that's
see
a
that?
trick
Yeah.
stroke. I don't think I've ever seen that keystroke before.
Look at that map.
Now that's Wasteland. Commodore 64 game.
Circa 1989.
Yeah, you can find it now, though, on the internet.
Eat your heart
What's it
out.
called? Emulator,
Yeah,
whatever.
yes.
Okay.
Definitely eat your heart out.
You need something.
Don't be jealous.
But that was supposed to be the treasure map.
That
within
was.
That was the treasure
context of the film.
on the floppy disk.
If
Yes.
it wasn't
Somehow
cool.
Feck made this? Like, I don't understand, man.
Look, man,
Look,
don't
yes.
question the logic.
Feck and Switch.
You're on a
He
ride.
did a
This
lot-
is a ride,
In fact,
man.
a lot of computer science in
No.
lockdown. You don't have a lot to do, so you do either on the yard or computer science. He
Yeah,
thought of
man.
the future. His
Thank
only
you.
mistake was trusting a beautiful brunette woman.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you,
he
Steve.
trusted this beautiful brunette.
There. Are you happy now?
Yeah, no,
And
Answer your
this works.
question?
You know,
Yes. He did it in prison.
Thank you, Steve.
you know,
The computer club in prison.
right?
Exactly.
He made a treasure map on a floppy disk.
It's possible if you
know,
think
he
of the
was
realm.
Had a lot of time in
Back in
solitary.
that day.
Back
yeah.
in the day, exactly.
Couldn't just use a piece of paper.
Solitary.
No, no.
that would have been.
No, because
that would've-
anyone
look,
can see that
anybody
at
in
any
prison would
time.
have beaten that out of
Yeah,
the fact
yeah,
that he's
exactly.
tough but not that tough.
Exactly.
So that rumor would have spread.
A
The
piece of
map would
paper.
have been beaten and stolen from him.
Yeah.
I
So
thought this through.
Most of those other people in his prison block did not know anything about floppy disks or the Commodore 64
There.
or its usefulness.
Happy now?
Dig it.
That's why it was on a floppy disk.
Digging it.
In case anybody else was wondering.
I'm glad that background was filled in for me.
Well,
You would have known that if you'd come to the rehearsals.
there was a lot of fact parts in this movie that were cut out
Yeah,
due to
yeah.
timing constraints.
There's the whole
that kind of
prison scene,
explain
yeah.
that, yes, in the prison scenes and
I
stuff.
remember that.
You know,
Yeah,
We had to cut that for time.
yeah, it can only be so long, you know. Now, what Gina apparently disagrees that this is not a hibiscus
yes, I
plant.
think you did point out that this was not a hibiscus, but
Not a
a
hibiscus.
papano.
Pothos or pothos? Sure.
That sounds made up.
Yeah.
I'm really sure
Pothos.
that's
That
you
sounds
know,
made
It's pothos.
hibiscus.
I
That's
wanna-
pretty
Pothos.
old.
It's a pothos.
And I want to point out, no plant was harmed during that scene right there whatsoever. That
But
was
that plant is dead.
it is dead. It's true, but it died of an old age,
Now let's make it clear this kid has
or was it?
Right.
Was it
psychotic inducers in his house.
right?
Why?
It's a psychotic inducer.
But and look at the cinematography of this shot, though, too. Is
Thank
notable.
you.
Good point.
Hey, a little mirror, a little
Yeah.
perspective. But,
And 2 vials of
two. Yeah, he had not just one.
More than one.
Two.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah.
back
So
up.
Always
who is
enough for a
who
friend.
is the dangerous type now? Right? You know what I mean? Like it could not. Maybe it's not just Gina's character.
Yeah, maybe it's Bobby.
Could be Bobby. Could be.
Because guess what he's got in the next vial?
More psychotic inducer?
No.
How?
Ah!
Well,
Explosive.
Explosive.
As you
nitro.
should know, do not shake explosives.
I knew
around.
the answer to that question, though. By the
Don't.
way,
I'll learn this.
It's too bad we didn't use the explosives later, though, right? Something
Right?
should have been blown
They
up.
should've
But
come
it was in
back.
effect budgetary.
Special, yeah, the
They
budget.
come back.
Budget.
Budgetary reasons.
Yeah, you know.
There was a big explosion plan.
There was.
Thanks, Bobby.
Now
You call
let's,
me a little chap?
hold on. No, he says nice. But Harris, we learn they're related.
Wow.
Boom!
go.
Twist.
You didn't
It
know
does
that.
nothing to the plot, but
He's crazy with the brother, so I'm not just, I'm fine with what
But
happens
maybe-
to him later.
Maybe
You know,
he's
what
always-
happens to him later is justified because look how he treats his younger brother.
Exactly.
Drinks all the psychotic inducer and taunts him with his explosives.
Smacks him around, you know?
Right? And that?
it's a family thing.
I think he's been taking psychotic inducer.
You could say this movie is a family movie.
He's been sneaking
He's been
psychotic
sneaking his brother's psychotic inducer.
Yes.
It's a family. It's a
That
family
is a
film.
good theory.
This one
Look at my, I was digging very hard there.
You were.
sells out like a rock
Very
star.
realistic digging. You were, look at that.
Oh,
It's
look
like
at
that
that.
cartoon.
It
Bing.
was like really.
I don't think that was
Look at
cartoon. That
that.
was a real
That was my. I
So
said
you added that
I-
Bing?
No, that's real.
Okay.
That's real. But I told those guys
thought
to
I tried
dig.
very hard.
That wasn't. I didn't want any Hollywood actor digging. I said, you guys dig, dig.
That was real digging.
You remember the blisters?
Oh god.
That
He's
rifle,
such a bad crazy guy that I feel so sad every time
That-
I
It's the music,
see him.
Right?
heartstrings,
There's,
it's the music.
Yes. There's a dichotomy in the character that is
brings it out. I'm telling you.
far-reaching. The juxtaposition of his good side and his crazy side. You
Very
know?
deep.
That's where I went. That's where I
Well, look at
went.
this shot. That's like.
That
He's
is
only
awesome,
crazy
yeah,
because
right?
he was drinking his
John
brother's
Wayne.
psychotic
Well,
inducer.
I'm going to beg to differ. I think that's more about Leon side.
Okay. Like,
It's not his fault.
That's how I try to make it sound like it. The music makes it sound like it's not his fault, but he just went a little crazy, thanks to the psychotic inducer.
well, he's got the psychotic
does
inducer.
have
Did this. Again, I always wanted to do this.
Clear.
Shing!
Pants
I
pegs.
think it needs that.
What
that was
criminal
the sign of
pants
times.
is pegs?
You needed those pegs to be pegged.
He did it in jail.
It's a
He did it in
jail
jail.
thing. It was a
It
jail
was
thing.
Look, in jail, there was, Aryan Brotherhood, and then the second
pants.
of that
Pants
was the
peggers.
Peg Brothers. And,
So-
he did
So
not
it's-
fuck with the Peg Brothers. So
Cell
I
block
think Fat
peg pants.
carried that into his
That's good.
life outside.
I had no idea.
Well, he didn't have a long life outside. Oh, I'm sorry.
It fucking
don't
how it
ruin it.
slowed up the
Sorry.
production. How many hours did we have to wait for you to get peg your pants though before we
Well,
could shoot any scene?
That was had to be
Took a while.
precise.
Terrible.
I didn't want people who were in prison, who are peggers, to see this
you go.
and then say,
Yeah. You want to
what
represent.
kind of Hollywood pegging is that?
Got to represent
Right?
the real
Yeah,
pants
I
pegger.
think you do. Now, most people don't notice it.
I take it
but
back.
the people who did notice it would know that that was a real
I
hallmark
take it back.
of the
Now I see your
times.
point.
People who notice it, notice it. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
If you know, you know.
It's a whole-
It gets a little scary and dark right here. I'm going to say right now.
Yes, but really,
Look at that shot because I'm looking at my shadow.
So-
there's a part I love
Evil.
about this, and I'll only say it afterwards. Oh, the use of sound effect. The use of sound effect. You could have gone for the glory there, but you didn't, Todd.
Sound like a
You
mallet.
just used the sound effect to convey
Like
the
a
emotional.
watermelon smash.
Oh, something horrible,
The
right?
sound effect was
Your
pretty
mind,
brutal.
yes, your
Yeah.
mind fills
Mind,
in that
yes.
blank.
Mind.
Look,
Your
I
mind fills in the
I,
blank.
this is no sound effect right here.
Oh, this is poor Mike Naiman.
That was real.
You really
He
hit
did
him right
take that
there.
hit for the
Yeah.
production.
He
You
had-
know?
He had no,
He was unconscious for
he had
several.
no problem doing that
And,
next
you know,
scene.
As a trooper, he did not raise any legal concerns.
He
He
didn't.
realized the artistic content
Yeah,
of the blow.
thank
When he
goodness.
woke up a couple hours later, he was fine. He was
I don't know if
fine.
him and Chris ever amended their ways, but
Uh-oh.
They held it. Little force right here.
Ooh.
oh,
I really threw that.
impeccable.
Let's just
Start.
stop.
Oh, look at
Did
that.
the roll.
Complete.
Oh, the roll.
Oh,
Not a
And
pad on him.
My
Not a pad on
my
that
stuntman
body.
refused to do that stunt again.
No padding.
So I had to do it
No
myself.
padding.
I did it all on my own. You can hear it? Now look, you can see like my hand waving. I'm like, hey, make sure you see me over here.
These are the hallmarks.
That was that little signal.
Another stunt.
Here we go. This is the big one. Big drop.
First take.
Oh my
I still
God.
think that in
whole-
the middle of that scene where it was
a whole
washed
6
out,
feet.
that the stuntman was inserted. And
Yeah,
You still take credit for that
Don't
leak,
give
but I
away-
don't know. I
that's movie magic. You should not be giving away.
don't know.
Yeah, if you notice, once he lands on the rocks, he takes a moment to feel the pain.
This was hard to get him to do this.
Watch.
Yeah, he did.
Took an extra step.
He was at his ends.
You walk away from a broken pinky toe that easy.
He was complaining a lot about that. He complained about that the whole time. He's like, I'm not doing it more than once.
Look how cool I look running.
He complained.
I do remember that stretch of rock. It was a nice
Chris
Yeah.
was not happy.
cinematic shot. that
Shout
you
out to
chose
Skull
for that,
Canyon.
Right?
Skull Rock.
I think that's all developed now. So of
that'd
course
be-
we
is
can't
that
even
true?
revisit.
No.
Oh yeah.
Skull Rock
Fuck yeah.
still
Tell me that's
exists,
gone.
but
Don't tell me it's gone.
Skull
No,
Rock
no,
is
it's still
developed
there,
enough
but
that
it's
you
developed
can-
around
all that is
it.
all-
That's-
that's all
Are you
houses
kidding
now.
me, man?
Why?
I'm
It's very
surprised that
sad.
you guys have not researched this.
What did they like
this-
dynamite the whole place?
No, but it's been excavated. The Skull Rock itself might still be there, but everything else is houses now.
Well, it's still there here.
It's
See,
still
it has been
there
documented
here.
in this.
This should be a historical project. Then.
Blown out.
No,
Oh.
teach you about greed, boy. He's
Poor
not. He's
Kenny.
not from the south. He's
Poor
from.
Mr. Kenny.
He was
He had
good.
a future,
He was good.
but
Cut
cut short.
This I love this one.
Pretty sure that's the sound a real gun makes when it doesn't fire.
I don't know
Not
what that
a
was.
Look,
I don't know what
I
that
said
was.
swing high, baby.
Yeah,
he swings so
Okay.
far off my
Yeah,
head.
well,
I love that.
I love the horizontal
That's
problem
right.
there.
That's where I punched him actually.
Karate chop.
That's a Star Trek shit right there, baby.
Yes, we've all learned thank you, William Shatner.
After he plugged Mike Naiman in the head, I was like, make sure you swing that rifle
No,
high,
I
dude.
That was probably a good
I'm saving my skull.
suggestion, yes.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh, there's
heartstrings.
Oh, the
Heartstrings.
leg. Look at the leg.
I don't know if I could do that these days with my leg.
God, that'd be
That's
tough.
a hard angle
Well,
for
he
me.
was
That would
20.
be tough to do.
Right?
Yeah, this was a
21.
long
That's
time
what I'm saying. So,
And he's
my Lord.
It all played out
It
well.
sure
I
comes
think you
around
cut
full
off a little
circle.
of the boots at the bottom of a little
Full circle.
Now, was I filming this? Who was
You
filming
probably were filming this, yes.
this? Like, I don't remember.
That's because you were
Yeah.
blackout drunk, probably. At the time.
Mostly. I was 12.
It's no excuse, Patrick. Come on.
should
Sell
have
that.
all
Sell
been
that.
alcohol.
Sell that excuse. Walking. Come on. Don't come off with that.
Call yourself Irish.
Yeah. No. Jesus. Poor you. 12-year-old you. Oh,
You
boo.
made me drink.
What were you channeling at this point
You
Gina,
made
for
me.
your character's intent? You don't know?
Yeah. Gina, what do you feel about this?
She's got the gun in her hand.
Got the
You have the
gun.
gun.
Like,
Remember-
keeping it out of frame mostly. Most people wouldn't be focusing on the gun. They'd be looking at Gina.
It's amazing that you
Right.
cut it just to put it back to another. It was like a cut.
But
and
this is a
you walked
personal
out.
moment between these two characters.
Exactly. This is where they
Hey.
sell tickets.
Look, I'm not gonna.
Now I'm saying, hey,
Whoa.
where's my van? She
Whoa,
said,
whoa.
I traded it. And I said, for what? She said, for this, motherfucker. Not,
You have
Don't challenge me.
you had sufficient firearms training. You look very adept.
I made sure
She
she
seems
went
very
through 3 weeks of
comfortable.
gun training just to, and I'm, I think that was worth it, don't you think?
I think so.
Was that a trip there?
It was all on my
He was
dime.
distressed.
No.
That was the
That's
distressed
the part where the,
Fuck was that?
DC trip.
It
that was a
served me,
real trip.
Fuck was that? Yeah, it looked like
served
a
me
real
on other
trip.
movies.
Yes, exactly.
You moron.
Guns A-Blazing and Guns A-Blazing 2.
Emotionally,
Yes.
it was a good take.
And
We
then
went with
you
the
use it in Guns
emotional
Blazing
over
3.
Context, you know.
We only had one
Emotionally,
Eyebrows.
that take felt
There was only
better.
one take.
Yeah, Dylan knows us.
Oh,
She has no feet. It's wonderful.
It's kind of blown out, yeah. You're missing out the boot.
she does have feet, though.
We didn't get much for the boot
Reality.
people out there. See, it's like,
Yeah, it's too bad.
pull that gun out of here. That's fucking comic book
I like
right
it.
there.
Right at death, but
Yeah.
no. Oh,
No, what?
for the folks at home, he got hit with money.
Yeah, there was,
not bullets.
yeah.
That was money. She's driving
I have a
away.
little heart.
There's you.
And she's stealing
Just a
his
teeny
truck.
little
too,
bit.
And you get your-
the
you
dead
get your
Chris
truck back.
Koenig's
And I get my
no,
truck back.
It's the dead Chris Koenig's truck that she's taking.
This is how heartless she is. Now this brings the whole good deed thing around from the beginning. Good deed for the day. I was trying to be a good deed. No, she's like, F you.
She's not getting a ride.
No. One good deed to a customer. We'll buy the money for a
Bus
bus
ride
pass home.
home.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Jeannie.
Damn.
Buy a bus.
Cold
ticket.
hard.
No,
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
Fuck
and
you
that was
guys.
we
That
only
was,
had we only had it for 10 minutes for this. She was like, "I got you." When we had to
She's gonna
shoot the
go.
scene,
She had to
go.
You actually had to go.
Yeah,
And you
it was-
drove away to stick shift.
yeah, and
Oh,
we.
look at that.
That
Why
was
did we
such
film
a-
that?
She didn't even stick
I
around
think
for
I
the.
remember being in the
Somebody-
back
No,
of the
I
truck.
didn't even look
I think
back.
I was in the back.
We
of
did
the
look
truck
back.
for
I didn't.
That was it. When she was done,
I love the still
Yeah.
frames.
This
Good.
works. This
Yeah.
works.
it's the original Dangerous type theme.
Nay Laporte.
Yes,
It's the original.
crazy.
Rest in
Con-
peace again.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace, guys.
R.I.P. brother.
It's a good man.
It's great. Now you notice how.
Oh.
Yes.
Geez, I gave you and Steve both
good.
pan ups on your thing.
I
So
love
did
it.
you notice
That
that?
was very wonderful. Nice direction there in the crowd.
Cartoony.
Yeah,
That's for the
yeah, I
for
like
the
that.
for the Marvel
Yeah.
crowd.
Nice graphic design.
Look at that.
Good.
Fighting the hibiscus plant. It's a
Nice.
hibiscus plant.
Not a lot of close-ups to your
It's not a
characters,
hibiscus
so, you know, not like a